All right. Let's do a movement, just for kicks.
I like doing movements for kicks, man. Where are we going?
All right. Move to the chief obstacle
Chief obstacle.
to achieving their goal. Obstacle.
To their goal.
And describe.
And describe. Move to the chief obstacle in achieving their goal and describe. Power, circuitry, capacity. Again, they have to find. I get this sense like even with what they have now, they still consider it primitive to what they want. What they have now is is still considered primitive to what they want. And the chief obstacle to achieving the goal they need, what do they need? A delivery system? Some type of power? And I'm getting this idea that they will run this knowing that they're going to have to completely do it a different way. And it's like the way that they're doing it now, they know it's going to change. But this experiment, it's like it will give them some peace. But there's another part here. It's like I feel like they're about to come up against a wall, and it's gonna make them apply something different, and it's gonna go in a different direction, but towards the same goal. You know, like the chief obstacle is that with what they have now, they know it's not going to get what they want. You know, it's like, and I think this is more into the EI end of it. It's frustrating. You know, there's an element of frustration in there because they don't know how they're going to get way over here. You know, okay, I'm just going to do a little. It's like they're here, and what they want is over here. And this thing is only going to take them to about here. And then they hit this wall, and, you know, so like in there is like this knowing of it, you know.
Let's see if I can phrase this all in my mind without writing it down. Moving to the solution
Okay.
of the chief obstacle, something should be pursued.
Moving to the solution of the chief obstacle, something should be pursued. That feels good. I'm getting this idea of tumbling, like what they're doing is, you know, all moving this way. You know, this is what they're used to, and what they need moves like this.
Can you describe that? In other words, this is the way they're currently doing it, and this is what they need to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And these, it's like they're trying to get there by going this way, you know, where they got some kind of something being projected or directed, and then this tumbling thing.
All right, write down the word tumbling thing, put parentheses around it, probe it.
Tumbling thing. It's like a loose form. Tumbling thing, like a different type of energy, or a different different utilization. It's a different utilization, you know, like this is, you know, send the energy that way, you know, that's one utilization, and this is like some kind of a tumbling type of factor.
Well, describe the tumbling. I don't
I
know what you mean by tumbling. Tell me what you mean.
It's like it moves slower. It's more in a free form. It's more of a free form than this, you know, fire hose kind of thing, you know.
I write that down. Right what you just wrote.
All right, I'll stage for it. It's more of a free form.
You said rather than a what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on. Rather than a fire hose, you know, blast.
And when you say freeform, yeah, I want to understand what you mean by freeform.
Okay, yeah, me too. Freeform, meaning it takes less energy to direct than this, so it requires less energy, and it's more expansive, and the expansiveness of it can produce more than the, you know, I'm just going to, for lack of a better word, I'm just going to call it that, you know, that kind of projected way. It's more expansive. It's, you know, like a gas or something. You know, it's like some kind of a gas. You know, you don't have to do much to it. It automatically does it, you know. And it automatically does it. And so that saves a considerable amount of energy. You know.
And how do you feel about it now?
That I like. I like that. I like that way. I don't like this way. You know, this way is like, you know, somebody revving up their car so much you're afraid it's going to blow up, you know. It's like chaos. I like the future way. The current way is, feels like too chaotic, or explosive, combustible. The new way, or the future way, uses less energy, and produces a different effect that gets them a step closer to the goal. You know, this way, something, you know, this kind of tumbling, you know, like, you know, just kind of these little things here, and you know, they're tumbling around, and it expands, but they're all different directions, and it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like they're kind of going down, you know, they're kind of fluid, and this is, it feels safer.
Do you think there exists a word
For this tumbling things? For these things here?
For that technology or whatever? You think there's any scientists on planet Earth that have a word for that? I wouldn't know. But let's assume that there is a word for it. All right, since we're in the for kick stage right now.
What word?
All right, let's try something. We'll call this a stage 8. All right.
All right.
All right. In parentheses, write the word "the new way," and we're going to experiment with coming up with one word to describe it, or maybe there might be 2 words. I don't know. Let's just shoot for one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so probe that right there. Probe that, and then utter first syllable. First syllable.
First syllable.
Just whatever.
See the word for this.
No, we don't. Just focus on the first syllable. We'll come up with a word.
All right.
I want to hear some whatever. I want to hear something coming out of your throat. That's how it's done. That's how you do it. You get until it's like you're looking for a note when you're singing, right?
Yeah. Now, I have to say that I feel that the word tumbling is in there, is part of it. L.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Some kind of utterance from you. You can rewind, you know, and start with like that, right? Whatever it is.
Okay.
What? Let me hear.
Oh,
Keep doing it over and over and over.
Classicity, classify, clastici,
Could you?
Clastatic.
All right, say it.
It's like clastatic tumbling.
Right.
Or something like that. Plasticity. Clastatic tumbling. Something like that. Something like that.
I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it's sure cool. Maybe you just invented a word.
Maybe. Patent it. Yeah.
So how do you feel now?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about it. I think I'm ready to write a summary about it. The target is a technology that is in testing that involves a current way of processing. The goal that the inventors, we'll call them, I gotta use that word, are trying to get to will involve a new process that is that utilizes a tumbling, a clastatic, clasticity.
Use both words, /clasticity, if any of them.
Clastatic expanding process. And I feel they will hit a wall using the current process. And this will invite the new process to be invented. Plasticity. Like little buildings.
Read the cue.
Describe the most important aspects of IBM's nanophotonic technology, including its most significant known problem and a patentable solution which is unknown to them current time. That looks just like my drawing.
Yeah. Your very first sketch. Or all of them, actually.
Yeah.
There's one. Here's the main one here.
Yeah, there they are.
Voila. All right, hold that guy up. I'm going to zoom in. Hold up to your chin there so I can get you all together.
A mugshot.
Your mug. All right, I'm going to zoom in right there and then I'm going to zoom out. Okay, good.
It's like a breakthrough. Like a breakthrough in technology. Like a breakthrough. Somebody figured something out.
All right, write down the word breakthrough, put your brackets around it, and probe it. I want you to describe the breakthrough.
Breakthrough. Breakthrough. What is the breakthrough? It was simple. It was easy. It was like something slipped through, and it didn't take much to do it. It was like it was right there, breakthrough, and it opened things up. It's like they cracked. It's like a slight crack that opened up, and a big understanding came through. But it was simple. It was simple. It was like just kind of getting this, like they poked into something. You know, here's the outside. Here's, you know, not the outside. And they just had a little breach here, and all of this that's under here came up, and it unfolded quickly. You know, they had to, like they touched something. But it's just, you get the sense that it wasn't that hard to do. Someone decided to try it, and it worked. You know, that's the, you know, and it was like people couldn't believe it. People couldn't believe it, you know, and it was like they didn't believe it would work. It would work like that, but it's they didn't believe it worked like that. But it opened something. It opened it opened new possibilities and a new science, and it created new technology. That's where the Terminator thing comes in a little bit, because there's that control aspect in there.
All right, what part of the Terminator, I don't know if it's what one specific movie you're thinking of, but have you seen them all? All the Terminator?
Most of them.
All right, what part of any one of those stands out the most to you that could have been responsible for causing you to even think of Terminator?
A conscious machine.
But any particular scene?
No, not really. It's like a machine that thinks. That's really what I'm getting at. But it's so controlled. I like the breakthrough. The breakthrough is very exciting to me. It's like discovering a new world, like finding this new thing that you can turn into anything. The breakthrough part is very exciting to me. Let's explore. I'm open to exploring the breakthrough end of it and see what might come out. I can move to the moment of discovery of the breakthrough and describe energy, blast, opening something up, and communication, language. A lot of data comes through all at once. A lot comes through all at once. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It covers a large spectrum. There are too many possibilities. It's like so many pieces come through. So many pieces come through, and each one is a different possibility. Like a nanite.
What?
A nanite. You know, like a little computer chip. Each one is it's like a flood of computer chips, and each one is different. You know, the possibilities are overwhelming. You know, the possibilities are overwhelming. It's like getting the keys. You know, so it's like getting the keys. You know,
the keys to what? Your dad's Ferrari?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, and you could. It's like learning how to, learning how with this how to make anything. It's like learning how to make anything you want. It's like programming atoms, you know. You learn how to program molecules or something like that.
Write that down.
Yeah. And then you can create anything you want. You know, you can create anything you want with it. It's like it's a big deal. It's overwhelming. I get the sense that you have to crack into something to unleash it.
Alright, let's do movement. Move to the something you have to crack into and describe.
Move to the something you have to crack into and describe. Move to the something you have to crack into and describe. Thin line.
Put this finger right here on it, slide across that line and feel it. does it feel like? Describe it.
It's hot, moving, vibrating.
Give me some dimension.
Thin, gray, pulsating. You have to get right on it. You have to get right on it. And there's like this way to kind of slide right underneath it somehow. It's like you have to get right on it, and then there's a way to slide underneath it somehow. But there's something that it's like it's hard to do, but it's easy to do. So it's hard to get there, but it's effortless to do. And then you go over here. It's like you're picking up it's like you're lifting up something. It's like like this. Like I'm looking underneath it. Let me put that down. I'm looking underneath it, and there's more under there. But it, sliding right around it somehow. It's right there. Lifting a layer. Somewhat like an incision. The target is a device that comes from a breakthrough of some kind. The breakthrough in this is very interesting to me. The application makes me feel cautious. There is a machine and a sense that with this technology one can create anything.
Across, flat, down, curving up,
Check my camera.
over, dropping down, back, around, squiggly. I'm seeing some kind of design. That's texture to it. AOL break. Design with texture. So what we had was something like this. Here's the fuel. AOL break. Docking station. There's a mixer. But no transporting. Okay, so what is the nature? What's the nature of this target overall? Hidden, unknown, powerful, distribution center. Okay, so as you go down, oddly enough, there are petitions. Like this door shuts, this door shuts. Not drawing this too well, but there's some kind of automatic, tangible, automatic doors. Or partitions as you move downward. Railed off mucky mixing bowl. Big mixing bowl. Okay, mixing area. I see him showing me a regiment of entities, a regiment. Pretty much similar to one another.
How about just moving directly above the target and describe it?
Whatever this little square building is, may not even be a building in our knowledgeable sense, but a marker. As I look down on this, all I feel is a sense of energetics coming from this. It's almost telepathic, knowing what's there, not visually. It's almost a telepathic energy sense, but it's not just here. It's everywhere out there. Almost a telepathic sight. I'm thinking these blades could be running along the side, back and forth. They're not down in here, they're on the side, all the way around. Alright, these little dudes come in here. They're not on the rail. This is so slick when you think about it.
So you're saying that this is connected to that? Is that what you're saying?
This is connected into the mixing bowl. This is just a rail to keep people from, or whoever they are, from falling in or not dropping something in it they shouldn't. And then this is the source of getting it out of here. So that just tells you that there's something else here, and there's something else here, and there's something else here connected to this purpose. And it's movable, obviously. It doesn't stay there, I don't think. Well, it might. What do I know? So it's probably going this way, though, not coming in.
Move to telepathic aspect of that and describe.
So you have your little place here, and whatever out here comes here for refueling has implanted in it a homing device not like anything on Earth, and it's connected to this. So some part of this has to be a part of that, or it wouldn't connect. Some part of this. Okay, I've got to give this buddy a name. Fuel station, and that's all pretty AOL. I don't know if that's what that is or not. some part of fuel station is connected on purpose. You're going to love this. On purpose through thought.
What's your AI? I just saw an AI just then on you.
Well, a thought. We've been talking about thought.
Well, how do you feel about that?
And I just think, well, what else is new under the sun? You know, they think, where's the mother fuel? They think, and it moves a part of this to connect a part of this. Thinking.
That's 4.5 that.
Huh?
That's 4.5 that. Write it down. Let's record what you just said.
Beats me what I just said. Good thing you're taping it. Some part of the fuel station. So they have got thought capsules. In capsules. They like we do chips. They do thought, and they capsule.
Say write exactly what you just said. Every word of it.
Like we do chips, they do thought. Thought chips. Thought. To connect telepathically. And you know, we may be using that word telepathically just through our understanding. It may be totally different system in their mind what they're doing. Which, I'm going to have to write that, which is human thinking. They know mind thought is energy source.
Alright, let's do stage 5.
Oh,
Come on, it'll take a minute.
I need a beer.
I mean, once you're doing it, it's sort of like taking a dump and flushing. Only take a second. We got to find out why
it's
you
a good thing our Saturn and our Venus are connected.
We got to find out why you said, what's behind thought chip. You came up with thought chip. We need to know why you said that. We're going to break it out.
Okay, objects is, alright, I'll just have to write
Just let it rip.
But it's like concentration to the height degree. But an instant, direct source of energy. It's a very good idea that...
Write that down.
Well, I'm not getting it yet. Thoughts.
We said it's a very good idea. I want that written down.
That thoughts are like our chips. Thoughts are like our computer chips. But, oh Lord, part of DNA. No thinking as humans, but programmable. Oh, so they don't even have to think. Fuel. They have that little thought chip that goes fuel, and they connect to the fuel station.
That's 4.5. Well, I want that. You need to have that down on there. Stuff is dumping right now. You need to get that recorded.
They don't have to think. Normally, fuel equals direct contact to fuel location. Not telepathic like we know or think of it. There really may be an answer to what happens in telepathic. Not telepathic like we know or think of it. I have to say that too, but may really be what happens when there is telepathic contact. Okay, so while highly technical, it's very robotic behavior.
Attributes. Emanations? What are its attributes? What are the attributes that made you think of it?
Programmable, natural. The right way it says all-knowing knowledge. All-knowing knowledge. Okay, there's a degree of confidence. Human word for confidence is a human word for natural ability. The word infallible. This is infallible because it's so programmed. Infallible knowledge. It's so programmed. Okay, emanations. Science. See, they're very qualitary as humans think. Natural. DNA. Okay, I'm getting, I don't have a word for this, but it's like higher intelligence. But it's not snobby. I'm going to have to write what I get. It's not snobby. It's just smarter. and more knowledgeable. Not that we're dumb, they just ahead of us in encyclopedia knowledge. Okay, subjects. And so what comes here is a really odd word. So it's subjects, emanations, and then I'm coming up with ease of movement. Topics that this comes under. The thought chips. I'm getting this thing that we may not know what this really means, but like I've had it before. Natural DNA. Natural DNA. Topics. Movement, source of fuel. Topics. Connectors. I could tell I came out of my trance because I started writing decently. Source of fuel, connectors, thought chips. It's an interesting thing. To have thought chips, you may have a lack of free thought. So, very robotic. Alright, this target, while describing a specific fuel source, seems more valuable to understand what was called thought chip, which is a method of telepathic connecting to things of importance. It seems much like a computer chip, but is a programmable part of the entity that seeks different things like fuel source in the universal world. Alright, this target, while describing a specific fuel source, seems more valuable to understand what was called thought chip, which is a method of telepathic connecting to things of importance. It seems much like a computer chip, but it is a programmable part of the entity that seeks different things like fuel source in the universal world. It is a advanced way of understanding natural knowing.
All right, read it out loud.
Describe the most important aspect of IBM's nanotube technology, including a superior one that enables operation by human volition alone.
You described something that doesn't even exist yet.
Operation by human volition alone.
That's right.
Thought chip.
That's right.
When they say a thought chip.
You don't
nanotube.
No, I wanted to cue it because I had this conception in my mind that we should be able to control apparatus with just our thoughts. You see.
Well, I nailed that one down pretty good.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn this around. I want to get this on this front camera here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Without knocking it down, of course.
You cannot have an ego and do this work.
Mm-mm. All right.
So what was the little marks across the page?
Marks across. Those are nanotubes. There's millions of them on there, on the whole chip. You're just looking at one aspect of it, one gate, one logic gate.
Oh, do you ever get tired of being so smart?
All right, so I guess that's it. Very good.
Are we done?
Yes, ma'am. You gotta be really proud of yourself.
Well, I'm not, because I've wandered around all over God's green
Hey,
earth.
that's part of the process.
And each thing has its own little, spot here, or compartment.
Can you start another one? I want a better drawing of that.
But there's like compartments or little areas. You know, kind of a roller coaster. It feels like a roller coaster effect. I don't know how else to describe it other than a roller coaster effect. And in here, it's like you know, I just get the sense that I want to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, they're labeled like they're labeled. You know, they're in some kind of a sequence. H, I, J, K, L. Moving, rumbling, sound. I feel like I'm very small.
Right what you just said. You said you only wrote very small. Wrote completely what you said.
I feel like I'm very small. Again, a language, a code, a sequence, letters, or an order. Getting an AOL of like a DNA strand. You know, there's a sequence to it. There's a sequence to it, and it's connected. You can't just pull a piece out of it. They're connected. It's like an electromagnetic cohesiveness.
Do the S4.5 on that.
Electromagnetic cohesiveness. It's like a news. Is that you can't pull one of these out. It doesn't come out. I mean, you know, that's the feeling. You know.
All right. Let's do a movement real quick. Do another sheet. All right. You've already declared a sequential compartments that have contents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, focusing my attention.
Focusing my attention
on the contents of a compartment.
The contents of a compartment.
Something should be perceivable.
Something should be perceivable. It's long. It stretches out. It doesn't expand. It unfolds. It unfolds outside of the compartment, like a string. Like a string. It's a string, you know. It's thin. It's very, 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 very thin string.
Describe it. Describe the string. Is it static? Is it moving? Describe the string
It's
dimensionally.
Organic, delicate, yet very strong. You know, it all fits in this compartment. It all fits in the compartment. It all fits in the compartment. Electricity in there, like a pulse. It feels organic. It's very, very fine and thin. Electricity. It's like a fiber optic, like a fiber optic string. You know, like there's light coming through it, but it feels got some kind of illumination. You know, and it kind of bunches up, but then it unwinds. Very thin.
All right, I think your aperture's open, and you are on signal, and I think now would be a good time, if you're going to do a model, to do one.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll do a summary and however you want to do it.
Yeah, let's...
Because I'm thinking this interacting may open it further, and you might get some other additional concepts, perhaps. Who knows?
It's very, very, very small, but it's very strong. These little pockets.
Can you model one of those pockets? You know, on larger scale.
All right. Transparent.
You write those down. Man.
Yeah, I will. I'm
Let's
just.
see. You're totally bilocated. It looks like.
I'm really into this thing, man. You know, it's like, you know, kind of snake-like, you know. It's like a, you know, it's like a energy pulse going through it, like an electric current. And then it sends it to the next one. Sends it to the next one. It's just sequence. This sequence of these things. There's a code, some kind of a code in there. Some kind of, you know, a code. You know, there's some information, you know, going through.
Alright, that's 4.5. That.
Information being sent through this sequence, you know, like in an electric pulse. In an electric pulse.
All right, you did the model served its purpose. Let's experiment now. Okay, we're going to go into the experimental stage.
Mm-hmm.
Get you another stage 4. Let me put this under the can. Scoot this over. Make sure I got that in there. That's good. Yeah, okay. Let me zoom out just a tad here. All right, let's try an experiment. Focusing my attention on a method for modifying the information content
so
of the compartments. Something should be perceivable.
Something should be perceivable.
It's whatever.
Close again. Close. Circles. Beam. Reroute the signal. Kind of getting this idea that it can be rerouted somehow right here. There are breaking points in the sequence that can be modified. They're specific, different color to tell them apart. And it's like, you know, they can be attached into another sequence.
Okay.
You know, like unplug and replug. Like unplug and replug.
Okay. Any AIs right now? How do you feel about it?
Interested. Fascinated. I like it. I like the study of it. It's interesting to me. Keeps me. I like focusing on it. I wanna focus on it more.
Right. Focusing on a remote method.
Focusing on a remote method
for modifying the information.
For modifying the information.
Something should be perceivable.
Something should be perceivable. Just electric signals. You know, like an infusion of electric impulses.
Right. Move to method of infusing. and describe.
It's like a laser beam, or shooting some kind of beam, some electric pulse. The strand doesn't know the difference between the remote pulse and the organic. It doesn't know. It's like right on the same frequency or whatever. It doesn't know the difference. So this current of electricity that is organically flowing through match it non-organically, and strand doesn't know the difference, and so it can be kind of rerouted. It doesn't stop it. And this kind of like some kind of thing here.
What would you call it? How would you describe that thing in the mechanical world?
It's like a beam.
I mean, the part that separates the two.
Oh, this?
Yes.
This is like a knuckle between these things. This is right there. It's designed, the specific knuckle, specific knuckle, specific. It's sequenced that way. There's a break in the sequence. There are organic, genetic breaks in the sequence. Those can be modified, and the flow still keeps going. It doesn't, however that is, it doesn't disrupt it. It doesn't disrupt it. This sequence doesn't know the difference if it's going the organic route or being modified. It doesn't know the difference between the organic route or the modified route. It can be matched as elements of a specific sequence of compartments that run sequence of compartments with an electric impulse current flowing through. There are knuckles in between all of them. There are specific knuckles that can be and are designed to break off. These organic breaks can be modified by non-organic electric impulses. Wow. Yeah.
Hold that steady. Let me zoom in for max effect. You nailed it, brother. That's good.
Wow.
Right, shut it down.
Aspects of IBM's 12 atom memory cell. The protocol directly altering its content by way of human intent alone.
And the thing about it is, I've already sent a letter to IBM and proposed. See, that uses iron, unlike other technologies. That's a magnetic technology, and these are iron atoms, individual atoms.
These are?
Yes. And it's ferromagnetic. No, ferromagnetic memory. One atom. I mean, one molecule, basically.
Yeah.
And I said, why don't we use human blood? Iron. You get the iron from human blood.
Blood. That's what I was getting. Blood cells.
The organic parts. That's what I proposed. And
yeah.
The reason is you get the quantum entanglement.
Yeah.
If you use, like, if I'm the viewer and I want to modify that memory, I'm thinking it'd be more responsive to remote influence if it's from the remote influencer due to quantum entanglement.
Right.
If it's built off of blood that came from me, for example.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
And that's what you described right there.
Wow.
The organic part.
Yeah, the mixture of the organic and the non-organic. Wow, that was awesome.
It was spooky.